live. Let's see if I can just get this little part figured out here for us. Anybody here? Okay, I want to try and get this at more of a better angle. Oops. I'll take that one. Let's bring it up. All right. Hello, everyone. This is Shannon with Cinderella's Mice. How is everybody doing this evening? I just lost another one of my favorite tools. I'm so mad. You know, I put it in this spot and it was like, you know, let me put it here because I can't lose it. I don't want to lose it. And I lost it. So I've ordered another one. It's that porcelain blade knife that I was showing you guys about. So hopefully the other one turns up because it's a good handy little tool, but if not, I got another one coming in a couple days. So looks like nobody is popping on as of yet. It's like what, Tuesday? Yeah, it's got to be like Tuesday, I think. All right, I'm just trying to, I took a straight iron to my hair and I love how it turned out, but I told you guys what happened with the hair color because my medication makes me blurry, my eyesight blurry, and I got the wrong hair color. It was supposed to be ultra light ash blonde, and the box had the blonde hair, you know, the lady with the blonde hair and everything else that I usually get. Well, apparently they put her on all the boxes because it ended up being ultra ash medium brown. And so that's what happened. So hello, how are you guys tonight? Thank you for all the hearts. I really appreciate you. Hi, John Ross. And we've got Johnny Hernandez, and we've got DT. Good, how are you? DT, is it DT Zero Leo? I'm getting used to my new hair color. I was on another short. Thank you so much for all the hearts. I really appreciate it. So I got the wrong color of hair dye. So my medication has been making my eyesight blurry. And so I was supposed to get ultra light ash blonde, and I accidentally got ultra medium ash blonde, and it's this medium brown. And anyways, it's gonna take me. Well, I really appreciate it, John Ross. That's really kind of you. That was a surprise, because see, just to give you guys a little bit of basics about hair color, thank you so much for the hearts. I really appreciate it, you guys. Oh, and I got to get a new cat tower. Quincy is a hefty, strong cat. He's a very strong cat. And he likes to come running full charge, jump up on that tower and just hang on and scratch. And he likes to swing on it and all kinds of stuff. And he finally just wore out that part of the cat tree. So it's been an interesting time. So, okay, so with hair color, I have a lot of red tones. And I have to get ash because that purple or that blue in the ash takes out all that red, orange brassiness. So, you know, as the color was processing, you know, it's like, oh yeah, the purple and the purple base, that's exactly what I need. Well, it was for medium, it was for light medium brown. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, guys. So, it's going to be a few until I can get some blonde in it because, uh, you can't really just take it through too many processes. So I'm not going to, I'm not going to do that. It'll end up green and all kinds of weird stuff. All right. So, love cats. Yeah. Mine are darling. They're the little loves of my life. They're little juveniles. But they're all rescue cats. So I have 3, and we're going to be getting a brand new cat tree for Christmas. So I saw a nice one that's almost 7 feet tall, but the hammocks are only 12 inches wide. And another one that's for a little bit over 5 feet. It's got the wider hammocks. They tend to gravitate more towards the hammocks than they do with the activity stuff. And I really don't want them up there too high because, I don't want them to fall out. It's like one of those things, we don't know our strength. Well, they don't know their weight. And Quincy will try to balance beam on the footboard of the bed and just topple right over. And I don't want him doing that up there or any of the other cats. So, all right. Yeah, they're just like kids. Just like kids. So, okay. So tonight, this is crunch time. So we're going to be bowing and bagging more gifts. I started doing the bows the day before yesterday, and it started raining, and I had to take a break because it really exacerbated my condition. So I want to go ahead. We want to come back at getting this stuff taken care of because Christmas is right around the corner. And then after Christmas, we're going to go straight into Valentine's. And then after Valentine's, I don't do Easter. But a lot of the basketers who do, it goes from Valentine's right into Easter, then right into Mother's Day, and then right into Father's Day. And so you can imagine, and then whatever doesn't move for Christmas, we got to break it down. We got to get Valentine's up and ready and going. And we got to keep just, it is nonstop and it is brutal. It is really brutal. If you do not know what you're doing when getting into this, I suggest you do your research. Not everybody can do this. I know there's a lot of tutorials out there where they say anybody can do this now. Not everybody can do this. I suggest you get practice. I say you practice with your family, your friends. Start out with doing just 5 baskets. And get acclimated that way. It's also expensive. It's got a lot of startup costs to it. If you think of it this way, if you're doing 10 items and it's about $1.25 a piece, that's $12 per basket that you're doing. Some women are doing anywhere from 500 to 1,000 baskets. So that's about $5,000 that they're coming up out of upfront, out of pocket costs. And that's just with like dollar items. Makes perfect sense. I really appreciate your feedback on that, John. Boy, I didn't know what I was getting into when I did this. I do like wonderful bow work, and believe me, if you can do bows, okay, you can take that bit more of a leap. But if you do not know bows, sometimes so I don't know how to explain this kind of stuff other than there's a lot of it here. We'll just get into it. I'll show you guys what I mean. So can you imagine coming up with $5,000 out of pocket? I sure can't, but they do it. They do it. Some of them are good enough to where they can make that gift like literally an all occasions gift, right? But few of them do it well. So let's get into it because I've had some downtime that I did not want to have, and let's see, who do we have in here? How are you? Yes, I'm feeling the pain. I'm feeling the pain of the weather. So I'm handicapped, you guys. I broke my neck twice. I ruptured a disc right into my spinal cord twice. Both times it was in there for a year that I didn't know it. You can walk around with a broken neck and not know it. Um, by the time the spinal cord damage was done, because it was just sending blow after blow after blow to the cord, those symptoms manifest neurologically, and it's too late. And by too late, it means whatever spinal cord damage you have, you're stuck with it. I can't survive another rupture. I can't. So basically, mine is at the neck, and so I have degenerative disc disease, which makes it worse because my neck is collapsing. So the bones are and the discs are giving off their fluid, and they're crumbling. So I'm on a lifelong plan with a neurosurgeon, and we're going to be doing a series of fusions from the base of my head all the way down to my thoracic spine. And basically, we're going to be concreting as best as we can. And if we get it just right, he can do it. But there comes a certain point where, you know, when you're dealing with, like, if you have someone who has osteoporosis, which is also brittle bones, what happens is there comes a point where there's nothing they can anchor to, right? So you know, when we do series of fusions, they're anchoring above and below, and then above and below, and then above and below. Well, if if you got brittle bones and things are crumbling, like what my neck is doing, what do they have to anchor to? So that's a scary thing, huh? So that's what I have going on with me. You know, it's no joke. It goes slow, absolutely. It's no joke, and it's very life threatening. I'm very lucky. You know, had I sneezed just the wrong way, it would have severed my cord both times. So I also had an osteophyte complex, and it's bone spurs. I find that I'm noticing that those who have some kind of injury going on in their neck or their back area that tends to grow bone spurs, it's kind of like the scar tissue is what the body is maybe thinking. But what happened was the spikes grew into my spinal cord sac, punctured it, and drained the fluid. So, you know, when my neurosurgeon was in there, he was like, it was a mess. It was such a mess in there. He took, what was it, 4 hours to do the surgery, 4 to 6 hours. Um, you know, so the spinal cord sac has to rejuvenate its fluid. And so that's just where I'm at. Um, Girl, yeah. That's pretty gnarly, huh? Then I had thyroid surgery. So I had a bad growth on my thyroid, and it was growing into my carotid artery and pinching that blood flow off. So that was removed. So I've had a slew of stuff going on with me. And so anyhow, like I said, I'm on medications to try and deal with the symptoms of the injury. You know, the damage of this spinal cord injury of the cord itself, because I get bad neurological shocks. So the medication that I'm taking gives me blurry vision. And so I thought I was getting ultra light ash blonde, and I got ultra light ash medium brown. All I could do is just laugh. Because I was rinsing it out. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I see the brown, the purple. And that's kind of like what, you know, what concrete blonde does, right? But it dried and everything. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? I grabbed the box. I looked extra, extra close, and it said ultralight ash medium brown. I just couldn't believe it. Oh my God. All right, so we're gonna get into the basketing. That's been what's been going on in my world lately. All right, so what we've got here is, you guys can see, bring the bow down here, this here, and that here. Okay, I decided to use Harlequin ribbon. And this is the Frosted Flakes basket. It's fun. It's for, the office environment. These are men's socks. This is not a kid's basket. So we got the men's socks. We got the full box of hot chocolate. Trying to get this to come back up around and in here. The mousse, and we've got the ornament. And then you can see the Swiss Miss here on the side. So that's that one. Just to give you guys a broad range of what we got here. Here's the next one. So I got the blue and red ribbon on the snowman basket. So this is actually a solar light. Here's the coffee mug. We have the double bubble gum up in there, and we have the double bubble gum socks. We have the peppermint spoon with the marshmallows, and then it's on a full box of Swiss Miss hot chocolate. And so basically what we're going to be doing tonight, and here's a little ornament right there with it. So basically what we're going to be doing tonight is I've got a few more things that I got to get bowed, like what this is. And I've got like 5 Lucky Charms bags remaining to do. And then I've got the stiletto and lipstick perfume sets of the medium-sized baskets that I still need to get done as well. So whoops, I lost you guys for a second there. All right, so this is a little small concept that I just lost you guys, and I got a new phone, so I'm trying to get used to all of this stuff. Here, let's get this more acclimated. Right here. Okay. Still doesn't seem right. Boy, oh boy, I'm having a time with this. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to get into the bag. I did get my brother this is like a little fun sack for him. They're actually boxer shorts. So we've got the planners, the Spam, and then we've got the Roman noodle cup. I think he'll get a kick out of those. So what is everybody doing tonight? Does anybody have any big plans? So here's the Chester Cheetos concept that I need to bow. I thought I would go ahead and do like a red and orange bow with it. But here it's a cheetah on the mug. It says "Be Fierce." It's the macaroni and cheese socks, and then a box of the Cheetos mac and cheese. This is like, it's a fun, gift to give to someone. So, we're just gonna go ahead and get this part of what I need to get done tonight. Get these finished up. I've got one more. I think this is the York peppermint. It is. Okay, so this is a York socks. Peppermints are up in the coffee mug. The Snowman Solar Light on the Swiss Miss chocolate. So I'm going to be bagging and bowing this stuff tonight. So that's what we got going on here with these. Definitely. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go get my ribbon. I've got a ton of ribbon that I can choose from, and I've chosen a good couple choices. The red and gold are really doing well with these concepts, so I think I'm going to stick with that. Alright. Okay. Alrighty here, so I'm going to put that away. Get these up and out of the way. One thing that makes your ribbon loops tight is using good wire ribbon. I forgot what gauge this is. But one thing that I do is I really crank it down tight on the bow when on the construction, when bringing the connecting the bow to itself, and then when putting it to the gift, really crank down on it, and it helps to keep your loops tight and crisp. So just a little bit of that for you guys. So I gotta go pick out what ribbon we're gonna use tonight. Feels good to be getting this stuff done. It's gonna feel really good to get the cats in the cat tower. They've been needing one for a while. And you know, I've just been seeing the most ridiculous stuff out there. And lately I've been finding some good finds for it. So, alright, we're going to get in the ribbon box. And I've just got so much stuff everywhere. Alright. Let's get in what we need to get in. Still can't believe that I lost. I can believe it. Oh, I can believe it. We got more on the way. Not a big deal. Thank God I can get another one. Okay. So, this one. And where did it go? Where's our bag? Okay, and I needed a Harlequin. Oh, I was going to do the Cheetos with the Harlequin. Where are you? Harlequin, I found it. Alright, I'm so glad that I got a big roll of this because the Harlequin is the bomb. Alright. Okay, so this is called Harlequin ribbon. It's 50 yards. I love dealing with big ribbon because we use a lot of it. I've used, let's see here, 3 yards of ribbon in one bow at a time. So you can see how ribbon goes fast. And it can also be expensive. So this is the red glitter. Love it. And I really, really like this one. This is 1.5 inch. Okay, this one happens to be 30 yards. And I'm trying to find out. Oh, 50 yards. See? 50 yards. It is so beautiful. I don't even know what kind of. Okay. So we got 50 yards, and it's a beautiful, beautiful blue, very iridescent. You know, it reminds me of snow at night, like with the moon and the stars glistening off of the snow. So that's 1.5 inch. This is 2.5 inch, and it's 50 yards. So yeah, I was going to say that didn't sound right. Yeah, I do 50 yards all day long. And then I showed you guys the Harlequin, and I'm going to be doing the Cheetos and the Harlequin, and then the red and beautiful blue is going to be with our snowman. So Christmas is something that I absolutely love. I love everything about Christmas. I love the holiday. Um, I start, like after Halloween, I'm ready to roll in Christmas. So Thanksgiving and Christmas, and of course New Year's. All right, so I'm gonna do the Cheeto first. I absolutely love this. I love basketing a lot. We've had, some things happening within our community. We've had people getting ill, spouses getting ill. It's great to see people coming out of the hospital, and on the mend. So Nicole over at Divine Creations, I'm so happy that you guys are home. All right, let's get to it. I wonder if my chat is stuck. How many people's in here? Can I see who's in here? I don't think I can see who's in here. Definitely. What is this? Aw, thank you. I appreciate it, John Rose. Yeah, okay. Makes perfect sense. Kimberly Showers. Girl, you are on. How are you, sweetheart? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live. I know I haven't been on live lately. I've taken a bit because the weather is just really, it puts me in incomprehensible pain. I mean, it's just painful. So it rained yesterday and last night, and I was like, I'm just gonna take the night off and just rest. So I'm back. I'm still in pain, but not. This helps distract away from that. So we're gonna move it forward. I'm gonna do the Harlequin tonight. I love your gifts. I love the stuff you're coming up with, by the way. Kimberly, you've got some really good stuff going on over in your channel. Gorgeous stuff. All right, so we're gonna go about like this. I'm gonna use the Bodabra on the peppermint York bags. This is the one that we're bowing. I can't stand that glare. It's the Cheetos mac and cheese gift set there. But yeah, it can they say there's startup costs with anything. This really has, its dues. Especially if you're just starting out and you have no inventory and you have not been through the holidays. It gets expensive. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my angles right here. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, you've got tape, you've got glue dots, you've got the crinkle, you've got the packing paper, you've got the, the heat guns, you got the bags, you got the zip ties. That doesn't even include your stuff. You got the ribbons. I spent over $250 in ribbon. I got a good amount that's going to do what I need it to do, and it will last a while, but it's not, I don't recommend that you do, buying your ribbon by foot, because that can be extremely expensive, but it's needed. It's all needed items. So I just don't want anybody getting into this thinking that they're going to get rich quick, because you're not. I also don't want, it's like with any kind of a company or a business, they don't see profits for at least 5 years. You know why? Because it's got a lot of startup costs, So, I don't even think it'll even get you by financially if you get yourself in a bind. I don't believe that. I think it's the other way around. I truly do. So, okay, we're gonna come around this way. And we'll just go ahead and come up on and in like that. I'm trying to make the fishtails on these and get these done. Okay, a reasonable amount. And we'll come back up and over in here. All right. Okay. Now I've got my other stuff in here. Yeah, I already know, aside from myself, a couple other basketers that says they're going to be their last season. And I think it's a good idea only because the rotation is going to be up for another 5 years, where Valentine's Day falls on a Friday or a Saturday, which happens to be paydays for the Friday people, and the people get paid on the 15th. You know, I don't care what people say. You're not going to convince me otherwise. You know, money does a lot, and I mean a lot. And if your stuff isn't moving, you know, it could be because you're out there on these, you know, when the holidays falls on the days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, where that's not paydays. So I already know how important paydays are, and so this is going to be my last year too. You know, I don't need to find out what that weather looks like. You know, we do forecasting and business, marketing, and administration. That's just simple, easy math. So other people, I guess they do for realtors and corporate stuff and things like that. Good for them. You know, if they're that kind of a business, I suggest maybe watching their channels to see how they're getting into that. But otherwise, there's nothing wrong with doing this for your friends and your family during, you know, the starving part of the years of basketing. Like I said, Sunday through Thursday is going to be very difficult to move anything out there because they don't fall on a payday. Okay. This year, Valentine's Day falls on a Saturday, and it's the 14th. And those who get paid on the 15th will be getting paid Friday on the 13th. Okay, does that make sense to you guys? It's also in the middle of the month where rent isn't due, car payments aren't due, cell phones aren't due, like, you know, Christmas. So, Christmas is a hard year for that reason. For that reason. Everything is due on the 1st. So, you know, it's just, that's why people's credit cards go up for that reason. You know, they're borrowing on their cards and then, you know, paying it off over the month or couple months, but you know, it's because Christmas falls right before payday does, which falls, you know, it's like the following week. It's like we have Christmas and then everybody's rent's due or mortgage is due. And, you know, I don't even know why we celebrate Christmas on the 25th. Who came up with this? You know? Who came up with this stuff? Anyways, that's the deal that's going on with that. Yeah, the storefronts, the credit card companies, all, you know, the Federal Reserve. But anyhow, I'm not here to get into a bad mood, but it is what it is. It's how it is until we all decide to, you know, change it. And then make them go along with our lines, you know. We'll just, you know, this is just, you know, there's no working within it if you're a basketer. You would be mistaken if you thought otherwise. And I'm not just sharing my truth, I'm sharing other basketers' truth too, who have said the same thing on their channels. You'll get others out there that are looking to fail people and just do some horrible things, mean things to people. That is in the community, believe me. And, you know, when you have that kind of crap going on, it's not a community. It's gangbanging people. Call it what it's really worth. You know, and I saw it going on another person's channel recently. By the way, I need to block some people. Because I saw people doing some horrible things to this person that was just uncalled for, you know, and they're so called in this community. Well, no, the hell you ain't. And, you know, I got to keep my channel safe and keep, you know, a good flow of what I have going on here with positivity, with positive everything. If you find that you try to come on my channel and you can't find it, that's because you've been blocked and you know why. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You know, people have nerve coming on thinking that they're just I just don't know where their reasoning is in that, but they clearly don't have none, and we just need to start blocking them. You know, the herd needs to come in and deal with the disease is what it needs to do. Okay, so here, and then coming around in here. All right, so these got to be, there we go. All right, where did I need to grab more. I missed this one up. Yeah, it pisses me off. You have some little 4-foot nothing, fatter than God only knows what, you know, really talking down to people, everything else, and then wondering why she's not, you know, such a big deal. Well, that's because why you're not a big deal. Nobody wants to be around you. Nobody likes your negativity. Nobody wants your, you know, I don't want anything that those people have. And believe it or not, these people have the nerve to call pastors' wives first ladies while they're standing up in front of the congregation presenting baskets to them. That's how sick they are. So I don't want you guys getting mixed up with people like that. The second you do, I want you to run. Block them, get the hell away from them. And that's going on a lot. Believe me, you have no idea how big I am. And I'm a lot more bigger than your 5-foot nothing. Oh, you best believe it. Now, I don't think I need to say any more on that matter. Oh yeah, who are these? It just makes you wonder. And I'm not going to talk anymore about it, but I think there is funny business going on. And I think that people aren't who they say they are, and they're there for other reasons. So, you know, just get the hell away from those people, you know, block them and find, you know, whatever inspiration you can get from other channels. All right. So, now that I have this going on and around. Okay. So, I gotta see how this is turning out. This isn't. All right. So, we've got loops. Here we've got loops. Here's anybody else on? Okay, I've got one person. Hello, one person. I'm so glad you're here. That's my floor robot vacuum that's been malfunctioning. Gee whiz, I'm having a really hard time with these. A lot more harder of a time than I thought I would have. Darn it. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. no doubt. But it's like the apple just doesn't fall far from the tree. You know what I mean? You know, these congregations need to start firing their pastors. You know, that falls on the responsibility of the congregation. And I don't think that a lot of people know that they're the ones who hire and fire people, not these elders. You know, it's a congregation that does that, or that's supposed to be doing that anyways. All right, so all right, you know, I might have to go and do this on GoDaddy because I'm having more of a rougher time than I thought I would with this. Okay. Oh, all right, I'm gonna have to do the Bodabra. I don't know what my problem is tonight, but it's something. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and all right, so I'm gonna go up in here, one down in here. Up with this. Okay, I gotta twist it this going the other way. Hang on. Wow, I'm really at a loss. How is this? I'm like, oh my Lord. There we go. Up and in this way. Yeah, you're just a scum of the earth. And you are known. I've already told you guys this. Oh my God, I have warned you. You are known. You know, you want to go and try and be a badass, there's the door. And you've earned it, is all I can tell you. Good job, assholes. Hell's only half full. All right. Okay, so yeah, even though Christmas is going to fall on a Friday, which I think it's going to do in 2026, it doesn't matter because everybody's already got their stuff bought for, paid for, and there's still, you know, rent is still due on the 1st. Who is this? How are you? From okay. I don't answer to people who is asking me questions about who I am and where I'm from on my channel. It's none of their business. I will block you, and I don't want anybody asking on my channel where everybody else is from and who they are and that kind of a stuff. It's none of their business. Okay. All right. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so now I can bring this down like so. Bring this down and around like so. All right, and this is just a simple bow that I have made. Okay, for the Harlequin. This is a Harlequin ribbon. Believe it or not, it's a lot more simpler than the production I made it out to be. I really apologize for that. I'm going to be attaching this to our Cheeto bold mac and cheese concept. There's two people still on. Okay. So here it is. It's the Harlequin bow. We're going on Chester Cheeto. And here we go. Yeah, I was gonna zip tie also. But you know I got it cranked down pretty damn tight to do that. Yeah, we can zip tie it on. Let's go ahead and do that. If I ever got to do something with this, I can't have. I got a 1,000 pack of 4-inch zip ties. I love these. They're slightly bent on the end, you know, so it can feed right into the slot as needed. Love these. I'm gonna need some more coffee also. Oh, don't get me started. Do not get me started. All right. Now I'm going to, do you guys miss, like what is your guys' favoriteest Christmas breakfast? Mine, like, I was just talking with others over this recently, and it would be like chicken fried steak or country fried steak, French toast, sausage gravy, biscuits, you know, that kind of a really good breakfast is what I miss a lot. Leftover ham from, you know, Christmas Eve. Man, I'm really looking forward. Oh yeah, there's Do Not Feel Safe here on YouTube. I can't say that enough. There's some vicious people. What's that say? Wolves wearing sheep's fur. Boy, do they need to find out. They got it coming to them. They've had it coming to them for a long time. Know that there's a lot of them on here. There's a lot of them in this so-called community. You know, just if you feel uncomfortable, just remove them, block them. You know, you are not obligated in any way to them. Freaking caliphate. Alright, so. Alright, now what I need to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just make some simple little adjustments on here. Like this. And like this. And that's it. Now I can go ahead and get this wired part cut and out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and get this up and on in here. And I'm going to take, these are ring pliers, if you will. So you can, you know, it's for wire wrapping. In jewelry making, I use them for earrings to crook the back and then put the backing on of the earring. These are really handy. They come in really useful. For the wire part that I just did on here, just like this and just like this. Okay, I can probably get that definitely better. I don't want it poking anybody. And these ends can get pretty sharp. So I'm just going to go ahead and here, let's bring that back and back. All right. And let me get this. I got one that's just being stubborn. I got a bit of a gauge, too big of a gauge of wiring when I ordered it from Amazon, and they shipped a bigger. They didn't shape the right gauge size. And I didn't have time to deal with the refund and all that and just try to make this work as best as I can. Otherwise, with just the right gauge of wiring, you know, it goes a lot smoother. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to fluff these up and fluff these up. Bring these out and under and over. And this Harlequin is just really great for novelty gifts. And there we have it, our Chester Cheetos bold and cheesy gift set here. Fierce cheetah mug thingy. All right. So I'm going to move on now to the next one. I was really surprised at what a pain in the butt this was, but it ended up being very lovely. So, I want to make sure I've got everything snug. I want to go ahead and do just a little bit more of some tape and snag this back a little bit more better, because I would like for it to be this nice, just a really good, nice tuck fit down in here. All right, there we go. All right. So like I was saying, I'm scaling it way down, and I am doing different gifts than I was doing last year. So, all right, this is the snowman one. I love this York peppermint. It's got the socks. The snowman solar light, the snowman mug, and I put some York peppermint candies up on top. And it's got a full box of Swiss Miss hot chocolate. And Best Buy July 22nd of 2027. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do, I keep saying a lot. I'm gonna grab some coffee real quick, and I'm gonna be switching up ribbons. I just really love how this red and blue came out. So if you're new to basketing, and you're wondering, you know you need all this stuff and you got to get all this stuff, what to get first, what to start on first, the best thing I could tell you is bows. Bows are everything. All right. Bows will make or break the difference in your coffee mug, gifts, any kind of a simple gift you want to do. The better bow that you have, the more of a chance that you're going to have at moving that gift. Practice, practice, practice with your bows. I have a Bodabra. There's lots of help out there on it. The reason why I've had to go to a Bodabra is because my hands can't hold the big the big amounts of ribbon that it takes to make all those different twists. Like I said, I make 3-yard ribbons. It's a lot of ribbon. So I got this to hold the ribbon and the wiring while I work it, if that makes sense. All right. Let me go ahead and get this up and off of here. All right. I'm going to grab some more coffee and I will be right back, you guys. I love this part. I love Christmas. I wish it would do a lot better. This is my second year. And I'm at a different location and I've got some different, more novelty type stuff, not spa luxury baskets, type of a thing. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get to the coffee pot and we'll get back to more bowing and doing more Lucky Charms stuff. Because I've got like 5 more of those I gotta do. So, okay. Mm-hmm. Flopers, what are you doing, Floppy Flo? I had to get some new bristles for the vacuum, and ever since I did, I think it's doing much better. I'm hoping that was the problem. So I'm gonna have to get, otherwise I'm gonna have to get a new one, and it's expensive. Come on, coffee, come on. Yeah, I was gonna say, my coffee is almost ready. I tell you what, I don't like to blow the roof unless I'm there in front of it. So, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Those who stir the pot definitely are gonna be looking to spoon. Alright. So back to the cat tower. My cat's needs are gonna be hammocks. And then height, I don't want them up in a 7-foot tower activity center. Those are more for like kittens. You know, they only have the foot wide hammocks. The other one that I'm looking at has 14-inch hammocks. And I think that it's gonna meet their needs really well. So the cats are gonna get a new cat tree. We're growing as a family is what we're doing. I love my cats very much. Humphrey just got neutered and he's still working on his behaviors. Neutering does a lot for cats. It really changes their personalities. It tempers them down. If you have a lot of spraying and peeing going on and your cat isn't spayed or neutered, I strongly recommend it. I found a great veterinarian that is low cost. Very thankful for them. So now that I got that going on. All right, I'm hobbling on over. This box is looking very pretty and very full, you guys. Oh, I love it when it gets to be like that. All right. Whew, I am winded. Okay, so I've got my blue. It's like a peacock color. It's so beautiful. And let's see, it doesn't even have a date on it or a color or anything. That is a really good cup of coffee. Okay, I've got 2 more mittens I gotta do. One for my mom and the other one, another one I gotta do. So the whole idea is getting this stuff done, then I can just focus on like family stuff and then get that knocked out of the way because I want to do Thanksgiving, you know, and I want to have Christmas all to myself and not have to worry about the mess that this creates, because believe me, it creates a mess. If you do not have a mess going on, something's wrong. If you got a mess going on, congratulations, it's normal. You know, it's like, you know, when you're doing, I've got 20 that I'm doing, and I'm also going to be bringing out Valentine's because that stuff can go real well too. You know, it's, you know, going to be, you know, the stiletto shoe perfume and the lipstick perfume, and I've got matching stuff that's going to go with it. If it doesn't move for Christmas, it definitely will for Valentine's Day. I gotta get my wiring out. Oh, let me do the red first because it's wider. I'm gonna do wider, so first, and then do the 1.5 inches. So the 1.5 inches is sitting on top of the red, and the red's not the other way around because the width of the red is 2.5 inches. And if I do the blue first, what's going to happen is, because this is only 1.5 inches wide, you know, the red's going to sit on top of it and cover it, and we don't want that. We want it to be, you know, we want the bow to sit more like this, right, with the loops. Okay. Whew. I just need to take a really deep breath. It's been a really long 20 years. to say the least. All right. I invested in a very good set of wire cutters. I do not play. All right. Here we go. If you guys aren't following Yummy Tea Cakes, Yummy Tea's Cakes, please follow her. She's very upfront, very forward. She doesn't do Christmas because it doesn't do well. She doesn't do a lot of men's baskets because those don't do well. I don't do men's baskets at all unless it's for family or friends because those nobody, and I mean nobody, got those. So, okay, we're going to take this way. You know, I don't want a whole lot of a tail on this ribbon because I don't want it covering up, you know, a lot of the gift. I want people to be able to see what's inside there. So we're going to give it just enough of a bow that accentuates it. Damn it now. Okay. Here we go with this. I was looking, someone posted on these beautiful pens. They're the most beautiful pens I've ever seen. They're blinged out beautifully. It's called Sanderson's Visions. They do have their own website. It's www.sandersonsvisions.com. These things are blinged out, okay? These are like Queen Victoria pins. I mean, they are rhinestone, they are glittered, she did rhinestone butterflies on top, rhinestone peacocks on top, and she is very reasonable. Right now she's selling them anywhere from $12 to $15 each. So if you have a person that you have in mind and you're, you know, having a hard time wondering what to come up with for them, that would be a good idea. Because I've got about $100 worth that I'm getting. She's got some with seahorses and rhinestones up on top. And I mean, these things, Lord, they sing to the heavens. All right. So if you guys, you know, are interested in something like that, check her out. I like to go to people's websites because I think places like Etsy and eBay, they charge a percentage of whatever the people's sales are that list on those sites. I go to the people's personal websites because I want them to get all of the money. So again, it's Sanderson's Visions, www.sandersonsvisions.com. And she's got some gorgeous blinged out ink pens. They're like really tall too. They're the most beautiful pens I've ever seen. All right. So, okay. That is done. I just need to fishtail it. Oh, all right, now we're cooking with gas. I don't know what was going on with me earlier, but I was just having a really hard time with this. Okay. That's fishtailed. Could be done better. I'm going to do that right now. Damn it. I missed a part on this. Okay. And now I'm just going to take this one and I'm going to loop this in and see how I'm creating these loops and how I've got the wire. So the wire, which is, I'm trying to grab, doggone it now. Here's the wire, and then I've got the loops of the bow, and I'm working a bow in the bow dabber, so it holds the wire and the ribbon while I, just go back and forth and create the loops for it. All right. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, you're holding a lot of ribbon and trying to work that ribbon. My hands, I'm almost 50, so my hands it's getting wearisome on my hands. It causes them to cramp quicker and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I got the Bodabra. And I love it so far. So far, so good. So I got the tails right here that I'm creating. That's the parts of the tail we're going to loop. Tuck it in. Take the other side. Just make another loop. Twist that around. Come on now. Twisting that around, and there's the other part of the loop. Okay, so I've got a loop here. I got a toe here. I got a loop here. And take this, shut it down. It helps to keep the loops in the center tight. So when I bring the wire around, it can come around, that crimped space and not a big wad. So that helps with that also. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fishtail this one. And I'm going to go like this with them. Very good. This chiffon does fray a bit. It's the only downside with it. But it can kind of fray in a way to where it's decorative if you get it just right. So, all right. Okay, so this is how I have it so far. See that? And it's a really good, it's not so hard on your hands or anything. Here, let me try and, so you can see the red behind the blue. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the wires up from the center and then tighten it down. And then I have my zip tie right here. And it's going to be ready to go to put over here on the Peppermint York gift basket. Oh, and this is just a quick overview. This isn't a full bow tutorial. It's just giving you guys a bit of a little bit more of an understanding. So I'm just going to bring the wire into the back side and tighten this down as tight as I can get it. Okay. Go ahead, and this again is like really strong. It's like a stronger gauge wire. That's why I'm having a hard time working it. If I had a smaller gauge wire, it wouldn't be that bad of a deal. Okay, so let me see what we got here. Darn it, I forgot to put my zip tie in also. So I can go ahead and do that now before I clip the wire and set that into place. Okay, I just gotta find a spot. Where am I gonna put you? Yeah, I already got it tightened down. All right, I'm just gonna have to put it directly onto the, I can't use a zip tie on this because I forgot to put it in. So because I have so much wire left, I can go ahead and secure that to the bag, to the top of this. All right. Yeah. Damn it. I've seen a lot of people out there hitting them clearances. They're wanting to celebrate their holidays with their families and get basketing aside, caught up to where they can have it all set aside and enjoy their holidays. Good job on that. It's crunch time for a lot of us for that reason. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off the excess here and take off this excess over here. Okay, and I'm going to grab my ring part, which is these, and bring that down and around and cinch it to the gift bag, tie of the gift bag here. And I'm going to do it one more time. See if I can't get that down and around even more. All right. Okay, so now what part is what? I'm sorry, you guys. Oh my goodness. All right, so this gauge is just really strong to work with. All right. I got a lot of excess going on with this too. Ooh. Maybe we can come around. This is a lot of excess. So I think what I can do is probably just bring this more to it somehow. I am not having, this is something else. Oh, all right. Get this like this. There we go. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten out the bow. Because remember how we had it just, you know, two bows beautifully laid out on the Bodabra. I had to fight with this a little bit because I'm working with a stronger gauge wire. This. You know, a lot of people use like zip ties. I like these to attach the bow to the bag. Or they use twist ties. I like using some kind of wiring because it keeps the bow to where it really tightens down to where you can work the bow loops and they stay put. So You know, the deal is that Amazon screwed up and gave me a bigger gauge, and I needed a smaller one, and I'm just trying to make that work. Otherwise, this just wouldn't be such a ordeal that you're seeing. Okay. So we got the red. And now I'm going to bring down our beautiful blue. This is going to be easier if I can just set it in my lap. And then I'll show you guys the end results of that. Okay, so this is going to go with this one. And I got to dovetail that. Fish pellet. And here's this one, and now I've got these two darling little blue, you know, and they stay better. The loops do. They don't, you know, they don't become shoelaces, is what I like to call it. You don't have that shoelace effect, because you want to get, you know, you want to attach the bow, secure the bow. That's the word. Secure it as tight as you can in the center, and then that's going to allow you to work on it. It's going to allow you to work. It allows you to work with it a lot more easier, and it stays in place. You don't have that shoelacing effect happening with it. Okay, so here we go. And I'm going to, where'd my scissors go? I'm just going to finish a fishtail on this. Just a bit there and just a bit here. Okay. And this one over here, I just need to get a little bit with right there. All right. Now I'm going to show you guys the finished look to it. And like I said, I'm doing stuff that, you know. So there's what our bow looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? And I think it goes with the theme of our package with our Frosty the Snowman wonderfully. It just really picks up that glistening, you know, celebratory bow kind of look. And this is the York Peppermint gift. So I love how that turned out. I hope you guys do too. It's well worth the effort. It's well worth the effort. No doubt about it. All right. And oh, wait, I got that on there. Good, good, good. Just get a little one more strand down. All right, and so I am done with bagging and bowing my hot chocolate gift sets. You can see that. I just think it is so beautiful. All right. So next what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be doing some Lucky Charms and figure out what kind of a selection that I can put together and do a cute treat bag basket for that. And I'm using, like I said, a full box of Swiss Miss. I'm not putting up just a couple packages in each cup. I want people to enjoy their gift for a little while. And there's a lot of people who are going to be doing the packets and stuff, and this just helps you out with that competition part of things. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this away in our Um, oh, let me get the wire cutters. Put this down in our done box. Yeah, this has been fun. This part has been fun. When things come together just so nicely, like how a lot of this stuff did, it makes it fun. You know, but otherwise, feast or famine really sucks, you know, and you get a lot of that in this. And then, you know, you got to try and do something that's going to make sense as a gift and put it together. You know, when it's in that, you know, when it's in that famine part. So it's like trying to take a couple different things and making it, you know, a feast. And, you know, I was able to have things come together in a really good kind of a way because if it's like a, you know, if you're hitting more famines and feasts, then I just would not do it. You know, I mean, these are supposed to be gifts. People are going to be shopping for gifts, and gifts need to make sense, kind of a thing. So, needs to be eye-catchy, you know, affordable, fun, kind of a thing. So, I'm going to bring you guys off the cake plate stand. And I just want to show you guys really quick what we have going on in here. So this is our little done box. And I'll just take you down through and you can see some of the bow work. You can see all the gifts that I have in here. Not a whole lot. I'm going to be doing 8 of the stiletto and lit perfumes. And I've got 5 lucky charms I need to do. So about 11. Only 11 more is what I got left. And I'm hoping, you know, that we can make those, whip those up in a snap. Once I get a design down, I do multiples. And multiples makes it a heck of a lot more easier. So, okay, let's try and get that like that. So, okay. I'm going to take my bag and I'm going to be pushing these out and I'm going to be tucking them away and bringing out the new set that we're going to be working on. All right. Okay. Now I need all right. I'm just going to gently cover these up and get them taped down. Because these are ready to go out the door. And yeah, they are out of the to-do spot. Something I was waiting for, like ribbon, you know, other stuff to come in. Once that stuff comes in, then, you know, it all, like, I then put concepts together, but I don't usually do half-finished concepts. It's a lot to keep track of. What I do is you know, once I have everything in, then I go ahead and put everything together. All right, so let me bring out the other stuff and take a look at what we got, because we've got the cured Tootsie Roll and Junior Mint hot chocolate sets that have got to go together. and they're going to go together with some Lucky Charms. And I think that that's just going to be a fun, another fun gift, novelty gift, fun way of doing things. So here we go. I've been dying to get to this part. I'm going to do the Lioness coffee mug or cocoa mug gifts. I'm going to do those when I can get my polka dot stuff out of the office. So other than that, this is what we have. We have the Junior Mint Cured Hot Chocolate. It's a single serving pods, 3 in each pack. Okay, we got the Tootsie Roll Hot Cocoa. Same, single serve, 3 in a pack. And then we've got the Junior Mint socks that are gonna go with these ones. And then I came up with some football socks that are gonna go with the other ones. They're not novelty, but they're fun, and I think we can work those in nicely. Alright, so let's see here. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. And basically that's what we're going to be doing tonight, is just getting these knocked out and ready to go. And this, I got an extra peppermint, crunches, because I ran out of the Junior Mint socks. So that's going to go with this one. And then let me Tootsie Rolls lined up. And then we got the game cups that we're going to be putting those in. And I will be showing those to you guys here momentarily. Alright. Alright. I got extra Tootsie Rolls, Tootsie Roll banks that are going to be going with our, over here, 1, 2, and 3, and that's going to make up for the difference of not having all like the novelty thoughts. Boy, these look good. And these expire on August of 2026. The Tootsie Rolls do. Alright. Okay, I got Mrs. Fields. What is in here? Alright. More for a muffin pan. That's for personal. Okay. And I got the Lucky Charms, which is right here. And a full box of hot cocoa is going to be going in each of those, which is right here. Because I don't have coffee mugs for those. And then, okay, so that Tootsie Rolls. Oh, I do have socks. Okay. Alright, so these are all, okay, that's hot cocoa, that's hot cocoa. Alright, okay, hang on here. So I also have the Tootsie Pops. Here's the Tootsie Roll socks, 2 pairs. And I'm going to keep those like that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, all these are going to come out. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got ornaments that I'm going to be putting the Chips Ahoy's in. That'll be coming on later. All right. So basically we're putting 5 items together. Okay. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have the Lucky Charms set, which is going to be going with these. Alright. Oops. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright. Okay. Crap. Yeah, I'm just going to have to get something to cider in here along with this hot chocolate. Just to give me enough little space to work in. Okay, so I got to think here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I gotta redesign these so that the Tootsie Pop part of the sock shows up in those this way. See how this is where the Tootsie Pop, I want that to show up better in the concept. So we're showing off what it is we got going on here that we're doing. Same. And then this is the same. Like so. This one's a lot more easier to show off and do with it. Alright. And where did I have? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Where'd the 4th go? 1, 3, 4. Alright, well, 1, 2, 3. Alrighty here. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Yeah, this is crazy. Hold a second. 3. Dang it. And 4. Alright, I have more of those. I know, I knew I'd have just the right amount somehow in here. Oh, if I could just find them. Okay, the light thingy. These just might be the okay. The personal family. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I have another. Where did I put? Right. Very good, found it. Alright, the Tootsie Roll Bank. There's another one. Okay, so that makes 4 to go with that. And then this is just going to be extra cushion for that other stuff in there. Okay. So Then I've got our Tootsie Pot bundles. They had exactly 4 at the store, so I can maybe stack them like that also. We'll figure out a good way to feature these. Or at least the best way we could feature them for the concept. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then that is going to be extra for over there. And then with the greens, we also, so we've got the socks, we've got the hot cocoa, socks, hot cocoa, marshmallow, Lucky Charms, and then the cup. Okay. All right. Just trying to line up the order of how we're going to be doing these. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the penny shopping. They don't honor it in my area, and it's bait and switch. It's illegal. I don't know why they're doing it or how they're getting away with it, but they are. I'm hearing that if pennies get sold, then that means the managers aren't doing their jobs and pulling the stuff off the shelf. So they get punished somehow for it. I'm not a fan of that. I think that's disgusting. And I'm also not going to do their job for them to where they're like, oh, wow. Yeah, we can't sell those to you. We're supposed to pull those. Thank you, though. And, so you're doing their job for them. So, on with the next. I don't know. Like I said, some people are saying that they are, getting punished for those who find the penny items. Some people are saying they're not, or they're not supposed to be anyways. I don't know. But what I do know is it's as illegal as all hell. It's called bait and switch, and they cannot be doing it, and they are. So I just want to take a really big, deep breath because we're getting ready to put together let's see here, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 12 concepts tonight. And so I also got some of these. I'm going to be cutting each one out and then having them on hand to go with each gift. So these are darling. Some people, get cards. I did that for Mother's Day. Mother's Day, I wanted to stay as a holiday that falls also on the 15th. It's a Sunday. But it's like one of those that hits that middle of the month every year. That if, this ends up being something that you like doing, that might be a little bit more lucrative for you in the sense that it doesn't, rotate throughout the year, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, those 2 sweet spot days that Valentine's Day falls on. And then I think Easter might be the same thing, but I don't do Easter. So there's quite a few other basketers that don't do Easter either because it doesn't do well. So people, this is your kids that people are dealing with. If you have anything electronic in there, they can't take it back. They can't come to you. They don't know how to find you. Not like the box stores where they can hold them more accountable, right? So that's like understandable in that kind of a way. So, it's a big holiday. You know what I mean? So, if you do Easter and it doesn't do well, just don't take it personally. Just know that people are just extra protective of their kids, as you would be. And one lady said that during her Easter, that adult baskets went well, you know, for grown-ups, but none of the kids went. So I'm just giving you all the experience that's out there. All right. Okay. All right. I am using 9 by 20 bags, CeeLo bags. You know, they're long, nice and long. I like to stack upwards. People like height. It adds value to the gift. You know, we're going to stack it up. It adds more design. It adds value. And this bag is an excellent bag to do that with. So I'm going to get these lined up and out and ready to go. Have some more coffee. I cannot wait till Thanksgiving. I love, love, love Thanksgiving. We got 2 turkeys this year. And ooh, excited. All right. So I got some of these out. I bought like 3 batches of these. I got a 30 pack of these for like, I think $9. So I got like 3 30 packs. I've got like 90 of them. All right. So I've got the layout of these. And now I can grab this right here. So these were the popcorn cups that I had gotten from Dollar General. They're cute. They got a football, and then they've got like the AstroTurf with the yard lines marked on it. Wow, these are so. You know, you've got, it looks like a football game field. I'm going to be putting them this way. When I put them down this way and stack on top, it helps the package stand up. You know, I don't want it falling all over the place. And then, of course, I got to get the tags off of them or mark them accordingly. So I think I'll be doing that first. Just take I'm just going to take a black marker to them. You can also take washi tape and cover stuff up with it that way. Any price tags and stuff you want to get off of there, that would be a way to do that. Alright. So when you line them up like this and you do multiples, when I line them up and I do multiples, it goes a lot faster. You know, and you're not spending so much time trying to figure out what's going to go with what gift. You know, that can get time consuming. All right. So, yeah, I got quite a few of these. And one more. And quite a few more, actually. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I got 4 of these. And 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Perfect. I got these at Dollar General on their, what was it, 50% off, already marked down items. Alright, and I'm going to keep it going here. And here we go. This, and it does look like I can get this off of here. see if I can. Looks like there's just a little bit that I can just bring up and off of here. See how these look like the game field? I thought they're adorable. You know, fun and novelty. These I use for the Lucky Charm sets and the Junior Mints. Is what I'm going to be using these for. And then the brown is going to be with the Swiss Miss and Tootsie Roll stuff. All right. Yeah, I just need you guys to be very careful who you listen to on these YouTube channels. Not everybody is out to be part of a community. You know, they're out to fail you. And it's just disgusting what's going on out there. Last year, I seen people literally out in the cold and left out in the snow because they had to have a tent. And the biggest sales that makes the most sales is the day of. Well, they were out there Christmas Day, you know, because they thought that this was going to be a moneymaker for them and hoping to get out there, move their stuff, and be back home in time from where their own kids opened up their presents. Woe to you. Woe to you. That's what they want for you. So believe me, we are hated. We are hated. And, you know, it's just god awful. Woe to you. Any way they can bring it, any way they can do it, any way they can get you out there. You know, how dare you? How dare you? You are known. You better believe it. All right. Now, with that being said, let's move it forward. No, I don't want you guys going out there Christmas Day. I don't want you guys going out there Christmas Eve. That holiday, believe me, people are done. They're spoken for. They're in their houses. They're with their families. They're at their Christmas parties. Nobody is going to say, gee, you know what? I just got to have a basket. You know, that I have. And, you know, I've seen people buy into that and they were out there and it was just, you know, it made me want to cry. It really made me want to cry. You know, because they were severely taken advantage of. It just, you know, those that are out to do that to others, so help you God. All right. Just so help you God. Okay, now what we have here is I'm going to go ahead and, okay, the expiration date on this is June 2nd of 2027. It's got a really good shelf life to it. Try and, when I had it in, set aside, you know, the bags, it's got a little bit crunched just a bit. Just gonna go ahead and grab some tape. Oh. Here we go. With these Junior Mint socks, I'm going to take them out of their packages and I use the back as a backer. Okay. Here. Let me get this up here and these over in here. Okay, these are sock size, shoe size 10 to 13. And so it doesn't say for male or female. It's, you know, I guess it could work for both. So, same with this one. Fits shoe sizes 6 to 12. male or female. I just love these. These are a lot of fun. All right. Yeah, I think kind of like that, like maybe like this or like that. I like that too. And then they can have that on this side. You know, this is just supposed to be a fun, simple, inexpensive gift. Everybody's hurting right now financially. This is just a good little solution. If you need to get gifts for your family, for your friends, for your kids, this is just a fun, you know, a fun little way of being able to do that. And let's see here. 1, 2. A fun, neat little way to be able to get, you know, the people that you want to get gifts for, you know, a way you can do that, you know, for friends and family and that kind of a thing. So, all right, I just need to take a little bit of a breather because I am at that part now where I'm going to be loading these up, and I'm going to be loading these up, and we're going to be putting these in the bags and putting the concepts together. Really good coffee. All right, I see 2 people in here. Thank you for still being on. You know, another thing that this channel does is it just, I think it helps a lot with like loneliness. I also use it as like a video, like a vlog. You know, if I need to go back and look up other concepts and see, you know, how those were put together, need you know, to have some kind of a library on it, it, you know, works really well for that too. But you know, it's nice to, you know, I guess it's a great way of, you know, communicating and reaching out with others and having some kind of a commonality with them, with people out there. So, all right. Yeah, that it's therapeutic in that kind of a way. All right, so I said I'm going to do the junior minute stuff first, which would be right here. You're going to get a bag out. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 socks and the peppermints. So I got 26 pairs of socks also. You know, because all the game day stuff at Dollar General was on massive sale. So, you know, I got like these. And these socks are running small, by the way. These are so cute with the stars on them and stuff. Yeah, these are running small. Okay, where's my green ones? Because I was thinking I wanted to put a pair of the these green ones also with the junior mints because they go really well with that, you know, with the cup, with the mug. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll just put, you know, put an extra pair with those. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. All right. Alrighty here. Yeah, they're like a great little novelty socks. Fun to go with this kind of stuff. You know, we got the Super Bowl that's going to be, what, in January? Also, that's going to be a big hype, and you know, these are like game socks where they say touchdown and that kind of thing. They're not team specific, you know, just football apparel. So this is helping me bring this part of the stash down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I just want to get these going in a general little direction here, and I'm going to remove the tags off of them. But we have a size. How do I want to do that? Yeah, I could do that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna be re-tagging or taping this part and clipping this one off. There we go. Alright, so okay. They are definitely crew socks. So I can do something like this so that I can at least keep the, you know, the shoe size up there with them. Bring that down just a little bit. It says men's crew socks, size 6 to 12. They're running a little bit small. Okay, so okay, so we're just gonna be draping it over to the side like how we had it before, or just going ahead and bringing it up one more time like this, and then keeping it up in that corner part of the package. I do need plushes to go with these. So I need plushes and I need ornaments. So I'm going to go and see if I can find match up a plush with these. I might do the moose. The moose are just so darling. I might do the moose and some other stuff with these. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go like that. Okay. Alright, so now we got something like this. You know, it's really nice. It's neat. I just, you know, set the tag with the shoe size right up here at the top. And, you know, we set this nice and neatly. You know, probably off to the side like this. And then have the junior mints maybe on the other side. All right. Let's see. I need to see something. Yeah. All right, so we got our hot cocoa. Grab one of these. That can go over in here. Put something like this. 1, 2, 3. All right, I gotta go and take a look. I'll be right back, you guys. I'm right here. I'm just gonna try and okay. Hello, everyone. I'm back. I had to resume the live. I accidentally cleared it out, shut it down when I was trying to look at the layout of how we have our stuff here. So my apologies for that. I just, I've been doing so many concepts, I forgot the layout of how, this was gonna go. All right, so I'm gonna go grab some plushes, and I've got, yeah, I'm gonna have to end up grabbing more ornaments too. So I'll be back in just a few, guys. I'll be back in just a few. What did I do with those? Mm. All right. Okay, so I pulled out of my inventory more of these little green bears. Because I think they're gonna go great with this junior mint, um, you know, green concept deal with the Lucky Charms. And then I grabbed a big thing of stockpile out of my stockpile of ornaments to bring all the rest of this stuff together and make some kind of sense out of it. Fortunately, when I was doing my shopping, first I found these Junior Mint hot cocos and Tootsie Roll hot cocos, and the Swiss Misses and some more of the Tootsie Rolls. Then a couple weeks later, I came across the Dollar General sale for the game day, and these popcorn cups were perfect to go with the Junior Mint hot cocos, along with the Junior Mint socks, and then also the Lucky Charms is what we're going to have going with it. And we've got, so what I did was I also came across these very lovely big bags of Lucky Charm marshmallows. These are excellent. I mean, these are excellent. This was soft and smooshy and everything. So what I did was I broke those down and put them in some small food safe pretzel bags. So I'm going to go ahead and put this with these. And then I got a package of, these expired June 30th of 2027. So, candy cane spoons, and there's 6 of them. And then I got some small marshmallows and put these in a small food safe pretzel bag as well. And these are going to be going with all the hot cocoa concepts. These are going to be going with the Lucky Charms green Junior Mint combination I got going on with those. And so I think what we can do is we can get going on these now. Oh yeah, I mean, it's expensive to start a business. Expensive. It's expensive to start a hobby. You know, there's costs with everything. So, all right. So, okay, I made up a bunch of these to go with our Lucky Charms set. And each cocoa set is going to get, oh, damn it, I broke one. All right, well, this is going to have to go in my coffee. I was not careful with this. These are durable, but not as durable as you would think. I just broke one. All right. It's all right. I got another 6-pack I need to make up. And believe it or not, I actually don't mind doing that. I like doing that. It's, you know, kind of therapeutic in a way. Okay, so I need to get my bag out and get this up. Get this moving on a move. I'm gonna move that. Just trying to arrange things in a way that I can get to it easier. Okay, so here's our Lucky Charms. And get these like so. All right. I just want to bring these down like this. I'm done with this wire, so I'm going to go ahead and put it up and under my table thing because I don't want to get stuck with it. Okay, so here's this now. Have one of these little situations happening. Whew, excuse me. All right. Now I'm going to bring this up over here. And I got a bag. Get my bags out and let's get moving with it. Okay. Okay, generally these open up pretty easily. You know, on a side over here. So I'm gonna get these in. It's gonna go in on the side. This one's gonna go in right over here. And not like so. So we have this firm and, you know, like that. I believe I glue dotted these together before, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Don't miss that step. Okay. Okay, so we're just going to be doing these together. Kind of like it like this too. I don't want to put it. Also go like that. Alright, let's keep it like this. My glue dots. Oh, where did they go? Let me get my. Okay, this can go up there. I'm not using it right now. Where did the glue dots go? Yeah, got some double-sided tape out too. Okay. All right. Oh, yay. These are coming off a bit. Dang it, come off. There we go. And then another one. There we go. So now I'm going to just take it. Give me this roll. And okay. So we're going to be putting these two together. You know, I really apologize. I can't get the camera down low enough so you guys can see what I'm doing, but this is what I'm doing. All I'm doing is I took some glue dots. These are the best glue dots ever. Made in the USA. Glue dots. These are just the best. They are really good. They stick, they stay, everything. So that's what we have right here. Okay. Oh geez, what did I do with them? Oh, I got a mess happening up here. Man, I hope that was the issue with my vacuum cleaner, you guys. My Flowbot, I call her Flopers. She's a mop vacuum, robot mop and vacuum. So I've only had her for 2 months, and the cats thought the spindle brushes were mice and took off with them. And she never charged right ever since. Those have been missing, and I just ordered a batch more of those. Got them in, put them on today, and I'll be darned if she's doing her charges. Like, she's able to sit on her charger a lot better because of it. So, all right. Found them. Okay, right here. Here they are, my roll of glue dots. Put those out and handy. I'm trying to remember, like, how, okay, so then it was like this. And then the bear was like sitting right here with the ornament, like that. And now all I have to do is just find out how I had the socks featured. I know the socks was a backing somehow, but I gotta go back and look at my template. So just give me just a few. Turn you guys upside down for a second. Here's my, all right, I'm back, you guys. Sorry about that. I just had to reconfirm the design here. Damn it. This thing, I spent so much money on this phone. You'd think I'd get like a better everything with it. You know, a better stand, more accessories, oh no. Okay. So this is what I have going so far with it. So you can see the hot chocolate. I turned the popcorn cup upside down. I put the Lucky Charms on top of it. I'm going to open up a box of Junior Mints and put them in front here. These are going to go with Lucky Charms. And then I'm going to take the peppermint spoon and put it in front of the Junior Mints. I'm going to try and bring you guys a better, here. Okay, can you see? All right, well, they can't. All right, I'll just be lifting it up as we go along. So next I'm going to do the socks. Open these up, and I'm going to be using the sock as a backing. All right. I think the socks do, like, the package I just think that they do better outside of the box. And then what I use the box for is just a backing for over here. What I do is I fill it with some crinkle. So I'm going to fill the empty box that I just took the socks out of with some crinkle. Just because it makes it more presentable, you know, it doesn't look like you're, you know, just throwing junk in there, like junk in the package. I just want to make everything like nice and neat. And all right, so this is good to go. I'm just gonna go ahead and tape that down as well. You know, and if they open it and they find the red crinkle, I mean, it, you know, it looks more like of a finished product. You know, it doesn't look like you're putting trash in it. Okay, so this I'm going to be using as a backer. And then our socks, I'm going to go ahead and, I got to redo these. So the socks, this is what they look like. Aren't they cute? We're going to be attaching those to the front on this part over here. Okay. And right now, I'm just arranging and staging and making sure, you know, that I get things just right. The biggest thing that I need to show, that I want to show off, you know, is the junior mints right here. All right, so there we go. Junior mints on this side, junior mints on this side. So I'm just going to be, you know, rolling them up gently. See here, right to here, and then right to there, and then I got my heels right there like so. Oh, well, let me tug them. Okay. Okay, how do I want these? I'm trying to get them to where I can get the heels to line up, everything to line up. So, okay, about like so. Okay, that's the way I like these. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and trying to keep these nice and neat while I tape them. Take your time, you know, have fun. Okay, so I have them like this, and then, you know, I want to be putting them, just attaching them to the front of our package like this, right? Because this is really the big theme, you know, is our junior mints and our Lucky Charms. Hot cocoa, marshmallows with the cereal, with the hot cocoa. Okay, I want to go ahead and all right. Okay, let me get this out. And around here. There we go. Okay. And so now they are nice, neatly folded and presentable. And I'm going to put them right up here on our, you know, with our Lucky Charms, you know, like so. Okay. So hot cocoa, popcorn, bucket upside down. You can also use it as a cereal bowl. And okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go like so. Just a little bit. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blue dot the cereal, the top up here. This is what this is looking like. See? So we have so far. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 items. And then we've got embellishments with the marshmallows, marshmallow spoon, and then the ornament that's going to sit in his lap. Okay, so let me get my tagging gun out. I see one person is still on. Hello, thanks for being here with me. I know you had to have heard my rant, and it's well deserved. That's going across in the community. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. All right, let's get a move on it. This is a tagging gun. All right. What I'm going to do, you can use this for a multiple of uses. What I'm going to be using it for is I'm going to be, where's my, here we go. What I'm going to be using this for is to position the bear to where he stays put in a way that I need him, you know, to stay put in his pose. So it's going to be something like this, right? And then he's going to be holding the ornament. All right, this, I'm going to put that right there for now. I got my blue dots because, okay, I'm also going to tape his back vertically because it helps him to sit up. So now he's sitting up better, right? Which is what we need him to do. Where did the ornament? Oh yes, we got to choose an ornament. We're going to do gold. You know, it's kind of like a pot of gold kind of like type thing. And you know, on this one I do just the gold only bow. You know, really it goes with the theme of it. That's for now anyways. Okay, so what I want to do, this is how we're going to have him sitting, right? So I just think that's just darling. So what I'm going to do is blue dot this part, you know, on him. And then I'm going to attach the arm with the foot and then the left arm with the left foot. And he's going to be sitting just like that with the ornament in his lap. So, all right, let's do this first. I'm just having so much fun with this. Blessed Hands by Lillian. I don't know if you guys are following her. If you're not, I suggest that you do. She was very honest about t-shirts. She's been doing some really great stuff with t-shirts and rhinestones, but she said she's been practicing at it. She was very blatant and blunt about, do not think that you're just going to go out and get some t-shirts and some paint and, you know, rhinestones and vinyl and think that it's going to be a cakewalk, because it's not. You know, she says, do not think that. Do not get the impression of it, because that's not the case. So, you know, I love that she's very transparent about it. You know, people spend a lot of money on equipment. They spend a lot of money on materials and supplies, and they get into it and they get into doing it, you know, and it's not, you know, it's not as easy as others made it look out to be or said it to be, you know. She was very blatant about that, and I love that about her, and I'm trying to do that for you guys when it comes to basketing. Because that's the same thing with this. Don't think that you're gonna, you know, um, get rich quick off of this. And, you know, because it's not the case. And I've seen it with others. I don't care what other people say. That, you know, bad business management is ones who are not tracking costs. And, you know, what they do is they just tell you what they brought in. Well, they're not telling you how much money they put in the baskets, how much the stuff cost, how much hours you're putting into this. With me, it's slave labor. Okay? Slave labor. You know, I am working at this constantly. This is constant. You know, you're either shopping, you're, you know, doing your, you know, supplies from Amazon or Walmart, you know, you're receiving your packages, you're, you know, then putting concepts together. Okay, see how I took my tagging gun? His hand is now attached to his foot, and this hand is now attached to his foot. And then I took some tape and I just put it up the back. And now he's, you know, sitting up straight. And, you know, now I'm going to be able to put the ornament in his lap like that. And he'll be able to hold it. Do you guys see that? I just think this is just the darlingest little thing. Yeah. All right, let me get, and so then what we're going to do is we're just going to sit him right here. See? Or we can put him on top of here. And then these over here, you know, and, you know, put them in the bag and then it's done. So, you know, there's all kinds of stuff we can do. I kind of like how he's sitting off to the side over here and just kind of hidden in there. It's how we had it positioned before. So I'm guessing it's so we don't squish the Lucky Charms. All right. You know, but this is like a, you know, Christmas Eve hot cocoa and, you know, fun cereal for Christmas morning, if you will. Or whatever you want, you know. Novelty snack basket. Yeah, wear your socks with your hot cocoa and you know, have your cereal in the morning or that night, whatever you choose. Night before Christmas baskets. Doggone it. I think what I'm going to have to do is put it on the bear. This is not. Here, we'll go ahead and do that. Holy cow. These glue dots do not want to come off this paper. Here we go. Okay. And then here is this one. And I'll put that right up there, like so. Stay. Now I'm going to snug the ornament in just like this. And just press, you know, and those glue dots, and there it is. See how cute he is? He's just so adorable. You know, a bear and an ornament. And I just think that is just so darling, you know, and fun to do. And we've got, you know, his, everything's tagged appropriately, so now we can sit down up where we need him to sit. All right, so I'm going to set him back and off on the hot chocolate side. And so with that, I'm going to need to be putting glue dots on there. Joy with Baskets and More is a stickler about locking your stuff down. Tape it down, glue dot it down, because of shifting and moving, shifting if you're gonna shrink it, shifting if there's, for any reason. There is a lot of shifting that goes on with these baskets that you wouldn't think happens with it, and it does happen. It's a lot of, and you're transporting, people picking them up and lifting them. And so what all that does is it just helps to keep the presentation of it without the stuff shifting around inside. That's like what we don't want. There we go. And this one I'm going to put right here in the center. Oh, better come off. Thank you. Okay. And now I got this. I'll put a little bit more tape down because I want, it's tape on tape does really well when we're gripping stuff. So now I'm just going to take them right here, and I'm setting him a bit further back on the dots. Let's push them down, and here we go. And this is what we have so far. And once we get him in the bag, he'll be, he'll be sitting a little bit more obediently. All right, now at this point, I'm going to want to start getting them in the bag because, now the rest of the way will start to be easy to stack and all that kind of stuff. I also need to find our shred box and packaging. Where did that go? Shred, where are you? Oh, okay. I think I got it right here. This is ribbon, navy blue. Right. It said lollipops on it, just for you. Zip ties might be over here. Rods for basket stuff. Alright. I'm going to put another shred box. I can't find what I did with the other one. Oh man, this really makes me mad. I can't find. Alright, where did the shred go? I had like this whole container and everything of shred, and I can't find it now. That makes me mad. Well, darn Oh, it's gotta be on here somewhere. Where's... Okay, well, super cute he is. Just very cute little guy. Where did... Where did... I'm looking for the shred. Alright, what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to get a bag and fill up the bag until I can find, you know, another one. I have this big box of shred I bought from Uline. It's like lasting forever. Okay. Shred. Cute. Alright. Grab myself some marshmallows. I'm hungry. Okay, so like this. Alright. I'm so tired. It is almost midnight my time. I'm just trying to get a little bit of sugar in me at the moment, guys. I'll be back at it here in a second. Mm. Okay. Alright, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to put a little bit of shred here and then put the Lucky Charms up on top that way. So I got some red shred and I'm just gonna go ahead and we're gonna just get some tape and just put it right there. And I got this right here. So just go ahead and put this like so. You know, but I want that junior mints to still kind of show right there. All right. Now I'm going to be putting this in the bag. And then just finish putting the gift together in the bag. Yeah, I don't want to, you know, the more you like put like together outside, you know, the more wonky it is to try and get it in the bag. So, okay, let's go ahead and get this in. Put a little bit in here like that. Okay, I'm just trying to work this in the bag and just work it on its way down. So it's looking like this, right? And then these little tails that are right here on the ends. What we're going to be doing with these, we're going to be taping these under, right? So let me continue to get this in, get this together. Come on, come on. All right, like that and like that. And I want to put some more, just a little bit more fringe in. Looks festive. Gift be kind of a thing over there. Okay. At this stage, I'm also going to be putting in the copper spoon right here with the extra marshmallows. I'm going to fold this down just a bit like that, and okay. And then get that in here as well. Alright. Let's slide that on down in there. And that he is working his way a little off there. Alright. Our Lucky Charms is gonna be next. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our final product is gonna be our Lucky Charms. And I'm going to go ahead, set that on top like this, right here. And take our packet of extra large, yummy extra marshmallows and tack it right in here. Right there. And then we're finished. Then all that I'm gonna do is gather this top and then secure it with a zip tie and set it aside until I do up enough to then go to bows. All right. So I like the idea of these being over here. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, yeah, let me just kind of catch it like that. In there. Okay. Set them on in here. I don't understand why that damn thing is now starting to act up. Those things can be way too sensitive. You know, they gotta be super flat, you know, to sit on the charging dock. Okay. All right. So now this is what we have. You know, we've got the popcorn cup, which can also be used as a cereal cup. Here's your Junior Mints socks, your peppermint spoon with marshmallows, your 3 cups of cured hot cocoa, your bear, your ornament, your Lucky Charms, and extra large marshmallows. And that's it. You know, now I'm just going to gather it up first. Go ahead and, yeah. Yeah, I am having a hard time doing that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get this extra pigtailed like this because it's so freaking full. Now I'm going to take one of these and you know, and these can go for about 15 to 20. It depends on, you know, just depends. So I'd say between 15 and 20. And you got a lot of novelty items in there. You know, you got brand name, everything. Right down to Lucky Charms. Alright. Damn it. Everything in it, you know, is you know, you got the Junior Mints, you got the Lucky Charms, it's all brand. So I'd say between 15 and 20 on all of these. What do you call them? treat bags, night before Christmas bags, if you will. All right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these loose ends right here and right here, and I'm going to go ahead and tape them under and tape them under, and then they should be able to sit up by itself. Okay. Oh, try getting him back a little bit more better there. There we go. Okay. All right. Try and make it as neat and as pristine as I possibly can. All right, there we go. Now, okay, so now we've got that right there. Okay. All right. I'm trying to get this down. Yeah, like so. And there we go. And this is the gift. Not very. All right. So once I get a bow put on this, and it's not going to be a very big one. It'll be the simple, probably red. Oh, and I already said gold. It was going to be gold. That's going to be on here. You know, it gives it a lot more of a fun feel to it because we got the gold ornament here with the bear. Okay, yeah, it brings just more festivities out in it. Okay, so this one's done. I'm going to set it aside. And this is 5 items. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 items. Yeah, it is. It's a good little bag. It's a fun little bag. You know, everything's grab and go as far as I'm concerned in this business. Everything. I don't care if it's a big basket on your table, it's a grab and go. You know? Alright. So, oh, I'm tired. That took a little while. A lot of that was just trying to figure out, you know, mapping. What the hell is going on with what I'm doing with the mapping side of things. Okay, so I'm going to keep going because I got all the bears out. And I got an idea of what we're doing here now with it. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3. Ugh. Right. Alright, that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gotta be a 5th one somehow. Alright, well, I'm gonna hop off of here. It's been 3 hours that we've been together tonight. Thank you so much for coming in and spending some time with me. I have another person that joined in. I really appreciate you guys. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can leave a message in the comments. Um, so I'm gonna put the rest of this stuff together, and we'll be doing a show and tell soon. Tomorrow, over the next couple days, we'll be doing that. I sure have had a lot of fun tonight with you guys. And happy holidays. Mwah. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Thank you. And